For years, humanity has been searching for life beyond Earth, both inside our solar system and beyond it. Yes, we found some promising candidates and interesting discoveries, but we still can't say with 100% certainty that extraterrestrial life exists. Still, the search continues. Thanks to recent advances in technology, we've started exploring distant star systems in far greater detail, and so far, we've discovered many potentially habitable worlds. Some are extremely far away, while others are surprisingly close to us. One of the closest and the most interesting systems is Tau Ceti. Although astronomers have known about Tau Ceti for centuries, most people only started hearing about it recently, partially because of the movie Project Hail Mary. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. It's one of the best science fiction films in recent years. And don't worry, there won't be any spoilers in the video. Because of that movie, more and more people have started asking the same question. If Tau Ceti is so close to us and so similar to our solar system, why don't we talk about it more often? Tau Ceti was first catalogued in 1600s by German astronomer Johann Bayer. It's located about 11.9 light years away from Earth and in the constellation Cetus. Just like our Sun, Tau Ceti is G-type, main sequence star. In many ways, it's very similar to our Sun, just highly smaller and less massive. Its diameter is around 80% of our Sun, and its mass is roughly 78% of our Sun's mass. Its surface temperature is slightly cooler, and because of that, it shines with only about 55% of sun's brightness. Even though it's relatively close to Earth, it's difficult to see the naked eye unless viewing conditions are perfect. One major difference between Tau Ceti and our Sun is lifespan. Because Tau Ceti is smaller, it burns fuel more slowly and could survive up to 30 billion years, far longer than our Sun estimated 10 billion year lifespan. But what really makes Tau Ceti fascinating isn't just the star itself, it's the planets orbiting around it. Recent observations suggest that Tau Ceti may have as many as 8 planets, similar to our own solar system. Right now, 4 of those planets have been confirmed. Like our solar system, Tau Ceti also has a habitable zone, the region where temperatures may allow liquid water to exist. The first 2 planets orbit too close to the star, making them extremely hot and likely tidally locked. One side constantly burns under the star's heat while the other side freezes in the darkness. So the planet scientists care about most are Tau Ceti E and Tau Ceti F. Tau Ceti is considered a super-Earth. It has nearly 4 times Earth's mass and most likely a rocky planet. However, there's a problem. It orbits quite close to the star. Estimated surface temperatures range from 40 degrees to 70 degrees Celsius. That might still allow the simple life forms to survive, but for complex life, at least by Earth standards, conditions could be very difficult. Some scientists believe Tau Ceti E might be more similar to the Venus than Earth, but a lot depends on its atmosphere. If the planet has a thick atmosphere capable of regulating heat, condition, and the surface could be far more stable than currently expected. Tau Ceti F is another super-Earth, about 4 times of the Earth's mass, unlike Tau Ceti E. This planet orbits much further from its star. Its average surface temperature is estimated about minus 40 Celsius degree at first glance. That sounds far too cold for life. But again, atmosphere changes everything. If Tau Ceti F has a dense atmosphere creating a strong greenhouse effect, it could trap heat and potentially allow liquid water to exist on the surface. And where there's liquid water, possibility of life always becomes interesting. So overall, Tau Ceti E and F sit right in front of the edge of the habitability. Not perfect, not hopeless either. But the system also has some serious problems. First, Tau Ceti appears to contain massive debris risk, far larger than our asteroid belt in our solar system. Scientists estimate the amount of asteroids in the system could be up to 10 times greater than ours. That means these planets may experience frequent asteroid impacts, making the environment such more dangerous for complex life. And there's another issue. Tau Ceti is relatively poor in heavy elements, or metals in astronomical terms. That likely means its planet also contains less metal in the core. If the core is weaker, their magnetic field is also be weaker. And without a strong magnetic field, planets are far less protected from stellar radiation and solar winds, similar to what happened to Mars. Not so good. So realistically, Tau Ceti is a very risky and uncertain system. But let's imagine the optimistic scenario for a moment. What if life actually exists there? Maybe even intelligent life. Then another question appears. Why haven't we heard of them? Scientists have been sending radio signals towards Tau Ceti since 1960s, yet we never received a response. Maybe there's no life there at all. Maybe life exists, but only in simple microbial forms. Or maybe intelligent civilizations do exist there, but they simply haven't reached our technological level yet. Perhaps they haven't developed radio technology, or maybe they haven't even invented the wheel. As strange as it sounds, unfortunately, it is possible. The good news is that we may learn from much more very soon. The James Webb Space Telescope is expected to study the Tau Ceti system in greater detail in the future. Scientists hope to analyze the atmosphere of Tau Ceti E and F and search for signs like water vapor, oxygen, methane, nitrogen, or carbon dioxide. If those signatures are detected, everything's gonna change. Personally, I do believe there may be life somewhere in Tau Ceti system, but I don't think it's probably very advanced. But I think it's very primitive life rather than advanced civilization. Of course, that's just my opinion. What do you think? Could Tau Ceti actually host life? And humanity ever travels there one day, what might we find? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Anyways, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can find way more videos in my channel. See you there. Take care.